Yes, Archana ma'am.
A very good evening to all.
Good evening everyone.
Greetings to you all from National Child Development Council. I, Archana Vinod Nair, from NCDC 62nd online batch, would like to heartily welcome one and all for today's live session webinar, Sing the Unsung. Let's jump to justice to their potential. Every child deserves to be loved and known who he or she is. Regarding this, we will take away valuable points to today's session. Let's be all ears. To begin with, I would request Minsha ma'am to grace with a prayer.
Thank you, Archana ma'am. Thank you. Okay, everyone, just join your hands for a while. Everything I am, everything I be, I give it to you, Lord, and do it thankfully, thankfully. Every song I sing, every praise I bring, everything I do is a gift to you. Everything I have, all you given me, I give it to you, Lord, and do it thankfully, thankfully. Every song I sing, every praise I bring, everything I do is a gift to you, is a gift to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Minsha ma'am. Up next, we have welcome speech by Parvati ma'am. Over to you, Parvati ma'am.
Thank you, Archana ma'am. I am Parvati from 60 seconds batch. Sing the unsung, let them do the justice to their potential. Mr. Francis is the principal to Marcus Public School, Calicut. He is an international trainer in education and a motivational speaker. I feel very proud to welcome you to the webinar, sir.
Thank you.
Well,
Thank you, Madam Parvati. You're done with your welcome speech? Is it my time to start?
yes, sir, please.
Fantastic. Thank you. Give me 1 second. Let me switch on my camera and then we'll start.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
sir.
Sure. Take your time, sir. Yes,
Yes.
you're visible now.
Yes, you can see me, right?
Yes, sir, you're
Is
visible.
my voice clear to everyone? Am I audible enough?
You're audible,
Yes, sir.
sir. You can go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you. And you know what? Thank you so much, Miss Rocky. Again, if I'm pronouncing your name right.
Yes, sir, you are. It's my pleasure.
Right. And for having me this evening with you and for giving me this wonderful opportunity to interact with all these amazing teachers here, or maybe teachers to be. You are not teachers now. You are getting trained, right? For some of your
Yes,
teachers
sir.
like Madam Parvati here,
Yes,
Yes, sir.
some of them are already teachers.
really, all of them.
No, sir, some of them.
Some of them, and some of them are going to be teachers in the future.
Yes, sir.
Wonderful. And really, you know, I'm not saying this just because I want to say something good about this, you know, something good about you, or maybe something good about this opportunity. No, literally, I'm really happy and excited to meet you, to interact with you, and to share with whatever little knowledge or maybe whatever little experiences I have. Once again, thanks so much to everyone, especially to the organizer, the coordinator. And you know what? And the thing which makes me happy again is today for this session. This evening, I was, I was welcomed by Madam Parvati. She is, she's my girl in the sense, she is working here with me in my school as a computer science teacher. And that makes me more happy this evening. Thank you, Madam Parvati, for that, flattering introduction you have given me. Thank you so much. Right.
Thank you so much, sir.
Right. Now we have 24, including me. There are 24 participants in the meeting in the room. And, I think I have participants from different parts of India or only from Kerala. Could somebody please help me with that?
Most of us are from Kerala, myself from Manipur, and I guess there will be some from Tamil Nadu.
Right, there are people from Tamil Nadu and there are people from Kerala, and there is, a wonderful human being from Manipur. And you know what, madam, even I have a friend from Manipur. His name is Hashem, and he's an advocate, and he is, I don't know where he is now, but he was with me. He worked with me for like 2 years when I was working in the previous school. Thank you. All right. And, let me begin this session with an interesting question. And anybody can answer this. Anybody can answer this. I love people who answer questions. I love people who are responsive and receptive. Right. Now, the question is, now, some of you have already become teachers, and some of you are going to be teachers in the future. What is the prime responsibility of a teacher? What is the prime responsibility of a teacher?
Punctuality.
No, that answer was not clear to me. Could you please come again?
Punctuality, sir.
Punctuality.
Punctuality is the
To
prime
deliver the classroom
responsibility.
instructions to help students to learn.
We need to help students to learn. That's one answer. Okay, any other answers to be added to it? Any answer?
Patience, sir. Patience.
Patience, right. And I'm afraid my question was not clearly understood by you. I was asking you, like, what is the prime responsibility?
Coaching
I'm
and
not asking you about the qualities a teacher should possess. No. The prime responsibility of a teacher, what is it? And one of you said, to help the students to learn. And there comes my second question. Learn what? Learn what? Now, let us take that answer first, okay? And I understand that you've got different answers with you, but now to begin with, to set the ball rolling, let us take this answer first. To learn what, to teach what. And this session is going to be an interactive one. This is not like you are watching, a YouTube channel or a television. Now, only the television is going to speak. We are going to listen all through the session. No, I want you to talk to me. I want you to ask questions to me, and then it's going to be interesting, right? To learn what? Yes, of course, I agree. I do agree with your answer, madam, whoever has said it. Responsibility, or maybe one of the prime responsibilities of a teacher is to help students to learn, But what? To learn what?
To accomplish that, teacher must be prepare effective lessons for students, to offer their feedback or manage their classrooms.
Wonderful. So we need to, before we go to a class, before we attend a contact period, we need to be well prepared, right? We need to be prepared with the lesson plans. We need to be prepared with teaching notes. And we need to be prepared with those prompts that we are going to use in the classroom. Again, my question remains unanswered. to learn, to teach what? You use teaching note, you use lesson plan, you use aids and props. To teach what? To teach what? And if somebody could answer that question right on the money, then there lies everything. You're gonna be making my job easier tonight. What is it?
Not only imparting knowledge, but motivate their values and ideas.
Thank you. That's an amazing point. Not only to teach them anything. No, that's not our responsibility. Any Tom, Dick, and Harry can do it. But our responsibility as a teacher is to motivate the students. Is to drive them the right way. I loved that answer.
Good human beings for future.
That's again an amazing answer. We need to train the students to be amazing human beings in the world. Wonderful. Right, amazing human beings. You are aware of it. Now my question, the next question is this. How do we do it? How do we do it, my dear sweet ladies here? How do we do it? I'm aware, I know very well that my job is to make all my students good human beings in this world. But when I'm asked a question like why, how, and there I get stuck. I don't know. Wow, that's a very hard question to answer. I don't know. Is it that hard to answer that question? I want you to think. I want you to sleep on it. Is that answer really difficult to understand? No. Now, after having asked you all these questions and after having listened to all your answers, let me tell you this. As a teacher, listen to me, mark my words, take it to your heart, get it ingrained in your brain. Get it ingrained in your brain today, this evening, tonight. As a teacher, your responsibility, your prime responsibility is to sing the unsung. Your prime responsibility as a teacher is to sing the unsung. And what is meant by that? My responsibility is singing? No, your responsibility is not singing in the class. Don't take it in the literal meaning. It has got a wider, deeper meaning, which is hidden inside. Sing the unsung. There are some unsung songs sitting inside your class. Did you understand? There are some unsung songs sitting inside the class for you to sing them. Maybe they are not as sweet as the other songs, but they also are songs. And somebody, I think it was Madam Archana Nair, when she was speaking, she said, and I loved it the most. That was the one sentence out of what she spoke. I loved the most. You know what it is? Everybody deserves to be loved. Wow. Everybody deserves to be loved. Every single song is deserving to be sung. Every single student in your class deserves to be considered. Every single student in your school deserves to be heard for whatever positive reasons they have got. And did you take notice of the caption there in the poster? Let them do justice to their potential. Let them do justice to their potential. We don't sing those songs. I hope you understand this analogy, right? You don't sing those songs. We don't sing those songs just because We don't, that is not our cup of tea. Those songs are not performed. Those songs are not sung the way we want them to be sung. Unfortunate. Quite unfortunate. And it happens in almost all the schools across the world. Their primary focus. And I asked you this question, what should be the primary focus of a teacher? Right? And you know what, unfortunately, the primary focus of almost all the teachers in the world, what is it? Can you give it a guess? Academic performance. The bloody figures that you get in your answer sheets. There ends everything. Scrapped. Put it in the dustbin. Who needs it? Who needs it? No. And if you ask me, being the principal of an educational institution, being a teacher who've been working, who've been educating people for the last 12 years, I will tell you tonight, mark my words, learning what is printed in the textbook, learning what is printed in the textbook is the least important thing that should take place in a school. Did you understand that? Learning what is printed in the textbook and vomiting them on the answer sheets and getting good scores in the examinations is the least important thing that should happen in a school. But unfortunately, our education system, our parents, students, teachers, everybody believes a child coming to school to score good grades. Scoring full A grades is the ultimate goal the parents have set for their children. Misunderstood, their parents. But the dismaying fact is that even teachers, that's the ultimate goal they are setting for their children. And you know what? Have you heard teachers saying this? He's a bright student. You have heard it? At least when you were doing your schooling, one of your friends, he is a bright student. How? How do you decide? How do you hastily conclude that this student is bright and this student is not? One answer, this student is academically good and this student is not. And just because somebody is not academically performing good, can you hastily conclude that he's a write-off? No. But the dismaying fact is that even in 2023, there are teachers doing English. There are teachers doing English. Let us not be one among them. Let us not be one among them. That's very important. Sing all the unsung songs in the class. There is a student sitting at the back bench in your class. I'm talking to the teachers here. Right? And who is never picked up for any positive reasons, because the only positive reason that is being discussed in the class is academic brilliance. As if there is nothing positive in this world exists. No. You should understand, you should recognize at least one good quality a child does possess. If he is not academically brilliant, if he is not scoring A grade, it's fine. It's fine, I'm telling you. But there is a good singer sitting inside your class. There is a good dancer sitting inside your class. There is a good speaker sitting inside your class. There is a good cook, who knows, sitting inside the class. There is a good artist sitting inside your class. Do you give them equal opportunity to grow? Have an introspection tonight before you go to your bed. Do you give them equally equal opportunities to them to grow? Do you pay equal respect? And when their parents are coming for parents meeting, do you used to say this to their parents? You know what? This student is a bright student because he has got amazing talents. Like, you know, would you like to, you know, see an art he made? See, this is with me. Then this is one picture he drew, you know, last week here, and I was amazed. Have you ever seen any single teacher saying this to a parent? No. During the parents' meeting, they discuss only academics. Again, throw it away. Throw it away. You know what we prize? I think sometime in the year before the last, I guess, if my memory serves me right, I went to attend a training program, and it was conducted by a scientist, a former scientist in ISL. And you know what? He was prizing, he was talking to the teachers, and he was prizing the teaching profession, and he was giving examples like Abdul Kalam and all other people like that. And they said, you imagine, you think of the teacher Abdul Kalam had. So Abdul Kalam is a, you know, I have no differences of opinion. He's an amazing human being, a great leader. Everything is there. But the person who conducted the training was talking about his teacher. He said, Abdul Kalam became the president of India. He became one of the most famous, renowned, talked about scientists in the country, in the world perhaps, just because his teacher led him the right way. It was because the influence of the teacher. And I begged to differ. I said to the trainer, that's okay. We are praising the teacher of Abdul Kalam for making him, for being an instrument for Abdul Kalam to become the president, the scientist. But we should not forget one fact. Abdul Kalam was not the only student the teacher had in the classroom. Abdul Kalam was not the only student the teacher had in his classroom. Maybe, you know, let's imagine back then, there were at least 20 students in the class, minimum. One became the president. One became the scientist. How about the rest of the class, 19? All those 20 students were the responsibility of the teacher. And that teacher is praised only for Abdul Kalam, who became, you know, a successful scientist. How about those 19 students? Weren't they the responsibility of that same teacher? Now, if you think, we also are traveling the same way. It's high time you deviated. It's high time, being a teacher, you deviated. Every single student in the class is your responsibility. And I always say this to my teacher, I want you to take it down, not in your notebook, but in your heart. Not in your notebook, but in your heart. A teacher's responsibility is not to find the best student. But that is what we do. A teacher's responsibility is not to find the best student in the class, but to find the best in every student in the class. I would like to repeat. And this is the mantra you should recite at least 100 times a day when you are at work. Your responsibility is not to find the best student in the class, but to find the best in every student. And in one student, the best might be sports. In some other student, the best might be arts. In some other student, the best might be something else. Why don't you bring it out? Why don't you pick him for that reason? No, it's high time we deviated the way. High time. Now, all those children, right? Now, have you ever thought of this? All those 30, 25, 45 children are sitting inside your class with the same expectation. Today, my teacher is going to teach me something. My teacher is going to love me. My teacher is going to consider me. My teacher is going to hear me at least. With the same expectation in the morning, all through the day, maybe. They are sitting inside your class. But are we living up to their expectation? That's the question. Every time we ask a question in the class, the one who sits on the first bench, ma'am, of course, please, and he answers, and you clap. There is somebody sitting at the back bench, maybe next to the student who answers always. He never gets an opportunity. And he says, this particular student says that answer right because he knows, he is confident that his answer is right. But there is somebody sitting inside your class with an answer in his mind, but he is, he doesn't dare to come up with this answer because he's not sure about it. Do you give them an opportunity? Do you give them an opportunity to answer your question? No. Unfortunately, no. You always want the best student in the class to answer your question, and you say, learn from him. Do you call, maybe in your language, the worst performer academically? Academically, the worst performer. Do you call them to write notes on the board? Do you invite them to dictate notes to the rest of the class, to prompt the notes to the rest of the class? We don't. We don't. Give them opportunities. Your teachers, your prime responsibility is that sing those unsung songs in the class. Sing those unsung songs in the class. And when can you do it? And that's where the caption comes in. That's where the caption comes in. Let them do justice to their potential, not to your expectation. Do you see my point? You ask your students to do justice to their potential, not to your expectation. You want all the students to score 100 out of 100, at least 90 out of 100. That's okay. You can expect it. You can expect it. Unless you are a good teacher. You need to understand, you need to bring out what is the best in every single student and train them. Show them the way. Let them do justice to what they can, not what do you expect. All children cannot be doctors as they grow up. Everybody cannot be engineers. Everybody cannot be scientists. Everybody cannot be principals, teachers, CEOs. If everybody becomes doctors, then there is no, what you call it, barbers. There is no, mechanics. There is no servers in the hotel. We want everybody. We want everybody. Now you need to understand what's their taste, what's their calling. That's the one. What were they born for? Train them. Train them. And tonight I'm telling you this. Your presence, your love, everything is expected more by the poor performers in the class. Poor performers in the sense, again, quote unquote, academically poor performers. They need your help. You're writing a problem, a maths teacher writing a problem on the board, and some student gets it resolved immediately and you appreciate him. But there are students sitting in the class who need your help to solve it, but you don't see them. You don't see them. See, I'm not making you guilty tonight, but I'm telling you the fact. I have seen many teachers like this, many teachers. And the students are scared to ask you questions. And you, or maybe we miserably fail to tell the students that failures are not failures. They are opportunities to learn what is right. Mistakes are not mistakes. Those are opportunities to understand what is right. Now you're asking this question to a student, 2 + 2 is equal to how much? Now, if a student says 5, that is not your opportunity to scold them. That is not your opportunity to get him reprimanded. That is not your opportunity to insult him before the rest of the class. You're studying in 7th standard, you don't even know what is 2 + 2. Go sit in 2nd grade. There are teachers like this. I have seen them. You have seen them. I can read it from your face. See, nobody gives you a wrong answer knowing very well that's a wrong answer. See, the student gives you 5, believing that 5 is the right answer. That is what we have learned. Now it is your opportunity to correct him. My dear child, 2 + 2 is not equal to 4. It is. No, it's not equal to 5. It is 4. Can I give you some examples? Maybe I have got 2 pens with me. Now, like maybe Kumar is giving me 2 more pens. Now, how many pens do I hold? 4. That's the right answer. 2 + 2 is equal to 4. And you see, since that student dared answering that question, now he understood 2 + 2 is equal to not 5, it's 4. And he dared asking that question because he believed that even if I say a wrong answer, my teacher will never scold me. My teacher will never insult me. And you know what? In the beginning, I told you about some poor performers. Do you want to hear something, something which would make you sad? Those poor performers, they were made poor performers by you. When they were studying in 3rd standard, they had a question and they asked that question once to you and you scolded them. You insulted them without even knowing that it was an insult. And he took it into his heart and he sat back. And since then, he never asked you any question out of the fear, if I ask, I'll be insulted. Now, the counselors, you know what, student counselors, remedial teachers, they are coming into the picture. We are going to bridge the gap. This gap was made by a teacher the student loved the most, perhaps. But we don't understand that. We don't realize it. Everybody cannot perform the same. Everybody cannot be academically brilliant. You understand everybody cannot sing the same. You understand everybody cannot run fast. You understand everybody, everybody cannot dance well. But my question is, why don't you understand, my dear teachers, that everybody cannot perform academically brilliant? Everybody cannot be the same. And just because one student fails an examination, you make him stand in front of their parents and you're saying, doesn't he study at home? He is little mischievous in the class. And that is why he never scores good grades in the exam. Did you or have you ever taken 1 minute to tell the parent about something positive about that student. He's a good dancer. Last annual day and maybe last week during the cultural fest, he performed a wonderful dance on the stage. You should train him on dance, okay? You should give him dance classes. Do we do that? No, because our primary focus is, again, marks. You evaluate them, but the evaluation of the society is different. Identify what is their potential and you let them do justice to their potential. You talk to them what they have got interest in. You cannot expect all the students to love mathematics. You cannot expect all the students to love English. You cannot expect all the students to love Malayalam. No. You know what? I don't understand. And sometimes, you know what, I wonder, why don't teachers understand this? Any maths teacher here? Can I get a show of hand, please? Any maths teacher here in the room? Miss Raki, could you please give them the permission to mute their unmute their microphone and speak?
Yes, sure. If there is any math teacher.
Is there any maths teacher in the room? Fine. Any science teacher in the room?
Science teacher? None.
Then my question is, what subjects are you teaching? I don't know. Maths is not there. Science is not there. Right. Let me pick. Allow me to pick somebody. Madam Liji Gurish. Oh God, he's calling me. I don't know what question he's going to ask me.
No, Lichi ma'am is not working as a teacher as of now. So
any teacher?
yes, Ramya ma'am, Sheena ma'am, please.
Madam Ramya. Ramya or Soumya?
I am Jamia.
Ramya, where is Ramya? I don't see Madam Ramya here.
Hi, sir.
Somebody says hi to me, but I don't see her. It's fine. Madam Ramya, let me ask you this. What is your subject? What subject do you teach?
I am teaching Malayalam and EVS.
Now, I'm going to ask an interesting question to Madam Ramya, and I want all the participants to listen to this question. I want all the participants to listen. Oh, Madam Ramya is doing like this. Oh God, what question is going to ask me? I don't know. It's a very simple question, madam. Some student in your school one fine morning comes to you and asks you a question from chemistry. A question from chemistry. What would you say? How would you respond?
I will share in my knowledge.
Give me
for that subject.
Your answer. A teacher comes to you and student comes to you and asks you a question from chemistry. Maybe, madam, could you please explain to me what is covalent bonding? What would you explain?
I know that subject. Then I explain detailing. Then I cannot know that subject. Then I search everywhere.
Normally, in normal scenarios, when we are asked a question from other subjects, like, and apart from the subjects that we teach, we used to say, I'm a Malayalam teacher. There is a chemistry teacher working here. Go and ask her. Right? And if a maths teacher asked a question from Malayalam, then the maths teacher would tell you, tell the student, I'm a maths teacher. Go ask the Malayalam teacher. Correct. That is what is happening in schools, right? Correct. My question,
Yes.
You are a teacher. You are a teacher. You do not know all the 5 subjects. They are your students. How can you expect them to be, doing well in all the 5 subjects? No, see. What I understand is that you teach in, some of you are teaching in primary schools and some others are teaching in high schools. Now, all of us who studied 10 standard must have learned what is covalent bonding. Now you studied it. But now when a student is coming and asking you what is covalent bonding, you are like, you're cutting a solid figure in front of them. Go, ask the chemistry teacher, I'm a mother teacher, don't you know that? It's the way we respond. No. So, you do not know something. So please don't expect your students to know everything. There is no logic. They have their own taste. But since our education system is like this, right? We can do something. We need to address the problem. That's fine. But do not teach your students. I'm telling you this. I'm a principal. I'm a teacher. I'm telling you this today. I say this to my students. Failure is okay. Failure is okay. There is nothing like you should never fail in your life. No, you should fail in your life. You should fail in your life because only failures can teach you lessons. Success does not. Success never. Failures. One example. You know what? You're running a race. And while running, you strike your leg against a stone and you fall down. And now you're given another opportunity to run the race from the scratch. Now you go back to the starting line. Again, you're running. The same stone is there on the way. Will you fall down, striking your leg against the same stone? Why? Because you have learned by falling down, you have learned that there is a stone on the way, which can make me fall down. So next time when you run, you will avoid it. Correct? And which is why we say failures can teach you lessons, not success. Now you take the same example. You finished that running successfully, and there was no stone on the way. Maybe by luck, you missed out on the stone. But next time when you run, since you are not aware that there is a stone on the road, you will fall down. Correct? Failure is okay. Failure is okay. I want you to teach your students this. Hey, you can fail. You can fail, man. But out of the failure, you need to learn at least one lesson which will help you the next time to succeed. That's the mantra. Wow, amazing, you know? Fail. And you teach maths, maybe you teach English, maybe you teach Malayalam in that class. And after you conduct examinations, the answer sheets are with you. You correct them. There are some right answers, there are some wrong answers. You give the answer sheets back to the students, you score them, you praise them. But we don't take time, my dear teachers, to tell them what are the right answers. They wrote examination out of 50 and they scored 25, which means they knew the answers for 25 marks, which also means they never knew the answer for the rest, the next half, like the rest 25. But we don't do it. That's it. That academic year is over. We are moving on to the new concept, fresh academic year. But they didn't understand. See, my answers were wrong. It's okay, but nobody teaches me what's right. And I'm going to the next class. Then what about what I have left behind? No. We call it test. We call it examination, which means we are testing whether my student has understood everything I taught him. And if there is a wrong answer in the answer sheet, don't we have to spend some time with him to teach what is the right answer? Do we do it? No. Hastily, we are moving on to the next chapter. Next day morning, students, today we are going to learn a new chapter. What about the wrong questions and the wrong answers he did in the previous chapter? Nobody cares. No, that has to be changed. We need to be a very different teacher in the classroom. 2023, there are teachers. traditional, conventional teachers still working in schools. But I want each and every one of you to be a different teacher. I want Madam Archana Nair to keep herself distinguished from the other teachers in the world. All of us are doing it this way. I am also doing it this way. We don't need you. The world doesn't need you here. Everybody is doing it this way. I am also doing it that way. No. Then why do you exist in the world? You need to do it in a different way. You have got a different brain, different ideas. Bring in your own ideas. Convince your principal. Convince your management. This is not the right way. I will show you what's the right way. At least I have got an idea. Let me try it implementing. And if nothing works out, it's okay. I'm experimenting. It's fine. Do it. Every single student deserves to be loved. Every single student deserves to be considered, to be picked up for whatever positive reasons they have got. And we say this. Madam, let me ask you this, Madam. Let me ask you this to Madam, again, Liji Girish, because again, this man is calling me. What is his problem? Huh?
Yes, sir.
There is nothing like that, okay? Because you are there right in front of my eyes, and that, which is why I'm calling you. Madam, let me ask you this. There are 30 students sitting in the class. Maybe once you become a teacher, there are 30 students sitting in the class. As a teacher, do you have to respect, do you have to consider every single student equally?
Yes, sir.
Yes, and that is what my teacher told me when I was doing my schooling. And there was a parents meeting, you know what? And my parents were sitting, and my teachers were saying to my parents, see, what is this problem? We teach all the students the same. We consider everybody equally. And there lies the problem. There lies the problem. What we need, what we look for is not equality, but equity. What is the difference? There is a student in your class, the best performer, who always scores A grades in examinations. And there is a student who always fails in examinations. Now you're saying you're considering them equally? No. He needs an extra care. He needs your extra love, your extra attention, right? You cannot treat everybody equally. Equity, give everyone their own due. Give them what they need. I love them. You know, I feed them equally, but my dear, you need to understand, stomach of one student is already filled. You are giving the same amount of food to this student and to the other student whose stomach is empty. What is the logic in it? No. And if a teacher says, I consider everybody equally, I teach everybody equally, then that teacher is not a teacher. You need to give every single student their own due, what they need. Right? That's very important. Somebody says, but most of them are interested in complete curriculum. Yes, there lies the problem, and that's what I'm talking about. There lies the problem. Keep your prescribed syllabus away, but you should have a reason for that. You should be able to convince your principal. Mr. Principal, see, this is the condition. I'm going to do it. I'm going to carry it out in a different way, and I will show you the result. Don't be bothered about, don't be much bothered about the students, the good performers. Be more bothered about those unsung songs in the class. Sing them. 1 second, I'm getting an important call. I'm coming back to you. 1 second.
Sure, sir. Take your time.
No. Thank you for excusing me, madam. Yeah, that was a call from my mother. Yeah,
Oh,
right. Yeah, very good. So what was I saying? Yeah, right. Convince your principal, your management. I will show you the result. Sing all those unsung songs. Let them do. Allow them to do justice to their potential, not to your expectation, because everybody cannot live up to your expectation. Now, there are 30 teachers working in my school. I cannot, or the students cannot expect all my 30 teachers to work to live up to the expectation of the students. There is no point in that. And same way, this also goes. Correct? Very good. And when I talk to you about this, I get reminded of a beautiful, it's not a story, but an incident which I read in a Malayalam novel, Gasakinde Idihasam. How many of you have read it? And if I say a few lines in Malayalam, will you be able to understand them? Maybe a few lines. Yeah, I think Madam Raki won't be able to understand it, but Madam Raki, please excuse us.
yes, sure, sir. Actually, they will be very happy because most like majority is Malayalam, no? So they'll be very happy. Please go ahead, sir.
ഗസാക്കിന്റെ ഇതിഹാസം എന്ന് പറയുന്ന നോവലിന്റെ 2ാമത്തെ അധ്യായം തുടങ്ങുന്നത് ഗസാക്കിലെ ഓത്തുപള്ളിയിൽ ഇരുന്ന് അള്ളാപ്പിച്ച മുല്ലാക്ക റാവുത്തർമാരുടെ മക്കൾക്ക് ആ കഥ പറഞ്ഞു കൊടുത്തു. ഒരിക്കൽ ഗസാക്കിലേക്ക് ഷെയ്ഖ് I think I have lost his name, one king, അദ്ദേഹം വരാണ്. ഗസാക്കിലേക്ക് വരുന്ന വഴിക്ക് 1001 കുതിരകളോടുകൂടെയാണ് 1001 കുതിരകളോടുകൂടെയാണ് അദ്ദേഹം വരുന്നത്. And 1000 കുതിരകളും, those 1000 horses were strong, they were energetic, they were fast. But ഒരു കുതിര മാത്രം, one out of them, the very last one, it was weak, feeble. It was not energetic and it was limping. ഒരു ഞൊണ്ടുന്ന കുതിര ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. ആ കുതിരയിന്മേലാണ് ഇദ്ദേഹം സഞ്ചരിച്ചത്. 1000 ഊർജ്ജസ്വലരായ കുതിരകൾ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നിട്ടും ഈ ഞൊണ്ടുന്ന കുതിരമേൽ, മുടങ്ങുന്ന കുതിരമേൽ, ഊർജ്ജമില്ലാത്ത കുതിരമേലാണ് രാജാവ് സഞ്ചരിക്കുന്നത്. എന്നിട്ട് ഈ കുതിരയ്ക്ക്, ഊർജ്ജമില്ലാത്ത കുതിര എപ്പോഴൊക്കെ മടുത്ത് നിൽക്കുന്നുവോ അപ്പോഴൊക്കെ ബാക്കിയുള്ള 1000 കുതിരകൾ നിൽക്കാൻ പറയുമായിരുന്നു രാജാവ്. എന്നിട്ട് ഈ കുതിര ക്ഷീണം മാറ്റിയതിനു ശേഷം അവർ ഒരുമിച്ച് യാത്ര തുടങ്ങും എന്ന്. And when somebody was speaking, they tried to connect it with democracy. But if you ask me, it is more suitable in the scenario of a classroom. നമ്മുടെ ക്ലാസ് റൂമുകളിലുള്ള 30-40 കുട്ടികളിൽ ഒരു മുടന്തൻ കുതിരയുണ്ടാവും, ഊർജ്ജസ്വലത കുറഞ്ഞ ഒരു കുതിരയുണ്ടാവും. രാജാവ് സഞ്ചരിക്കേണ്ടത് ആ കുതിരപ്പുറത്താണ്. ഊർജ്ജസ്വലരായ 40-39 കുതിരകൾക്ക് മേലല്ല. എന്നിട്ട് എപ്പോഴൊക്കെ ഈ ഊർജ്ജമില്ലാത്ത കുതിര നിന്നു പോകുന്നു, ബാക്കിയുള്ളവരെ അവിടെ നിർത്തിയിട്ട് ഈ കുതിരയുടെ ക്ഷീണം മാറ്റുകയാണ് വേണ്ടത് എന്ന് ഒരു വലിയ എക്സാമ്പിൾ ആണ്. He has shown us a very huge, big, example. As a teacher, our prime responsibility is as simple as that. There ends everything. There you accomplish the responsibility of a teacher. Correct? The other day, what, my son, I've got a son, and he is like 5.5. He is studying in UKG in one of the global schools here in Calicut. And the other day I went for a meeting, a parents meeting. I was called for a parents meeting, and I went there. And the moment I walked in, the teacher took out his answer sheets, like his academic records, and showed it to me. My son's name is Abel, and we used to call him Abhi. Right? Abhi used to score only 46 out of 50 in the first examination, and now he has come to 50 out of 50, and he is the best performer in the class. I took, with all the due respect, I took those answer sheets, those files, closed it, kept it on the table, And I said, that is about his academic. We'll talk about it maybe towards the end of the session. Now tell me, how does my child get along with the other children in the class? How does my child speak to others? Does he pay respect to everyone in the school? Does he use bad words? Tell me that, because I'm concerned. I'm more bothered about that, about the character, not the marks he scored in the exams. And the teacher was, he's good, but he uses some bad words here and there. And I said, then I will talk to him when he's at home with me. You also please give an extra care on that, not on his academics, please. Because I want as somebody has rightly said in the beginning, I want my child to be a good human being, not a good academic performer. I want my child to be a good human being, one who respects everyone, one who never hurts anybody, not a doctor, not mere a doctor, not mere an engineer. I get reminded of a beautiful poem, a poetry written by Ulur. പള്ളിക്കൂടത്തിലേക്ക് വീണ്ടും. കേട്ടിട്ടുണ്ടോ നിങ്ങള്? പള്ളിക്കൂടത്തിലേക്ക് വീണ്ടും എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ഒരു കവിതയുണ്ട്. ആ കവിതയിൽ അദ്ദേഹം കുറച്ച് കാര്യങ്ങൾ പറഞ്ഞിട്ട് അതിന്റെ അവസാനം പറയുന്നു, പരസ്പരം സ്നേഹിക്കുകയും വിശ്വസിക്കുകയും തളർന്നു പോകുന്നവരെ ചേർത്ത് പിടിക്കുകയും അങ്ങനെ അവനവന് വേണ്ടിയും മറ്റുള്ളവന് വേണ്ടിയും സ്വന്തം കുടുംബത്തിന് വേണ്ടിയും രാജ്യത്തിന് വേണ്ടിയും പിന്നീട് ലോകത്തിന് വേണ്ടിയും തന്നെ ഒരു മനുഷ്യനായിട്ട് ജീവിക്കുക എന്നുള്ളതല്ലേ വിദ്യാഭ്യാസത്തിന്റെ പരമപ്രധാനമായ ലക്ഷ്യം. പക്ഷെ അതൊക്കെ പോയിട്ട് കേവലം എ ഗ്രേഡുകളിലേക്കും ഡോക്ടർ ആവുന്നതിലേക്കും എഞ്ചിനീയർ ആവുന്നതിലേക്കും സയന്റിസ്റ്റ് ആവുന്നതിലേക്കും ഒക്കെ അത് ചുരുങ്ങിപ്പോയിരിക്കുന്നു എന്ന്. നമ്മളെന്താ ചിന്തിച്ചത്? ഡോക്ടർ ആവാനാ. അദ്ദേഹം പറഞ്ഞത് ഡോക്ടർ ആവാതെ കേവലം. നമ്മുടെ ഉത്തരവാദിത്തം, ആ റെസ്പോൺസിബിലിറ്റി is there. Our responsibility is convincing the parents, like they need to be good human beings. They need to love everybody, and they deserve to be loved by everybody. That's what important. And when this happens, everything else will automatically come in search of you. Everything. Beautiful. So your responsibility is that. Motivate them. And here in my school, I never prize, I never appreciate any teacher. Like, 10th standard, they used to say, my subject, my students have got full A+. 2 students have got 2 A+. I won't appreciate them. I used to ask them, what about the remaining 21 students in the class? Sir, no, those students were also your responsibility. How much did they score? Did they perform? Did they live up to their potential? That's a question. Love your students. Now I'm coming to the conclusion. Love your students. Take this as a passion, not as a profession. Be passionate about it. And when you every day, when you go to the bed, before going to the bed, have an introspection. Did any child learn anything new from me today? And as a teacher, did I learn anything new today? If the answer to that question is no, then that day was not worth living. Right. Now you need to correct everything. You need to correct everything. Right. And we used to say this, and I get reminded of again, a funny story. And I think this can help you to have a better understanding about what I'm talking about, what I've been talking about since the beginning. There was a chicken farm. There was a chicken farm, and one day, the owner of the chicken farm said, I'm going to give you good food, rich food, protein-rich food. And I want all of you lay 1 egg a day. I want all of you to lay 1 egg a day, so that I will get 7 eggs from 1 hen a day, a week. And he started giving them rich protein, rich food, and they started giving him eggs back. But there was this one, creature there, they couldn't, he couldn't do it. Again, this owner said one day, see, I've been giving you rich food and only one is not giving me eggs. So next week, if you or if that, that one is not giving me egg, I'm going to give it to the slaughterhouse. I'm going to kill it and I will give it to any hotel people. And the next week, this one, it gave 1 egg for the whole week. It gave 1 egg. And next Sunday, the owner went really furious. He became angry and he said, I'm going to give you to the slaughterhouse. And now all the other chicken, they went together and said, see, give him, he's been giving us rich food. Give him 1 egg a day, otherwise he's going to kill you. And it is then this one replies, see, my dear friends, I'm not a hen, I'm a rooster. I'm a rooster. Actually, I was not born for laying eggs. I cannot. And last week I gave 1 egg because out of the fear I had for my honor. I cannot do anything more than this. Even that was impossible, but somehow I did it. Now, there are roosters sitting inside the class. Don't expect all of them are hen. All of them are born for laying eggs. No. Rooster is not born for that. Correct. It has got another calling. Identify it. So this is very important. Now, let me tell you this. You need, you need to be there for those students, for those unsung songs in the class. Melodies are there. Everybody will sing them. These what you call 4 songs. There is nobody to sing them. Sing them. Get them sung. And one day they will show you. They will yell to the rest of the world. Today I am what I am just because I was taught by this teacher in the school. I was a poor performer. I was a bad performer. I was never picked up for any positive reasons. But there was this one teacher who had found out the best in me, who brought out the best in me. And today, I am what I am is because of that one teacher in my life, in my school. And I cannot thank her enough. And and all your students should say this. This is not mere a profession. And we know there is a reason for calling it the noblest profession in the world. I hope you understand. Right? And very, be very professional, lovable, and be kind to all your students. Never ever leave anybody behind. Make them, grab them close to you. Make them feel comfortable. Make them feel a mother's love. And give them confidence that they can come up with even a wrong answer. Tell them failure is okay. And teach them life, what not printed in the textbook. Teach them life, not what is printed in the textbook. Thank you. I have taken 1 hour. Thank you so much. Nice talking to you and wish you all the very best. And I wish if you could become, a great teacher by all means and standards. And you are going to shift changes in the lives of thousands of students. And they are going to remember for good, for all the positive things that you've done for them. And all of you are going to be fantastic teachers. And thank you so much for this opportunity to talk to you. Really, I really loved this opportunity. And thank you so much for your patient ears. And thank you, Madam Raki, once again for inviting me, for having with me tonight. It's an honor, it's a privilege. And I would like to talk to you again if time and God permits. Let's see, right? Thank you so
Sure,
much,
sir.
everybody. See you if time permits again. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
So we can share our feedback. Okay. Yeah. So I want to share. Let me take this opportunity to share first. Yes, sir. Like you said, I'm really looking forward to have you, to hear from you in the coming days also. Because as you know, NCDC, our organization, we are working for this welfare of women, and especially with the education of children. And in doing so, we are focusing on this Montessori method of education. So this method which emphasizes on the potential of the children. So we are trying our best to become a teacher rather than molding the children in our own way, taking out, finding their potential, respecting them, and trying to help them to become who they are meant to be. And in this process, we are very, very fortunate to have you as our guest, because you have enlightened us in a way that we never imagined, sir. Yes, to be honest, as expected, your session was amazing. It's remarkable, sir. So we are very, very happy. And I'm sure that whatever you have shared with us, it will be like a seed planted in a fertile land. So we will make sure, we will try our best to be that kind of teacher which you have instilled in us just now with your valuable sharing. And I'm very happy that I got to have Parvati ma'am as one of my trainee, because she was the one who introduced you to us. She was like, oh, ma'am, I have my principal. Let's call him. And I told her, why not? If he's okay, he's most welcome. And so now, when no second Saturday is like holiday, instead of spending time with your family, yeah, you are sacrificing your time, your effort, and this precious moment to us. Yes, as you're part of contributing to the society, and we really, really do appreciate, sir. It was amazing. The session is amazing. Thank you so much, sir. May God bless you always.
Thank you so much. My pleasure.
Yes, Sarchana ma'am, take over, please.
Yes, ma'am. And now I would like to welcome our Fatima ma'am to deliver vote of thanks.
Fatima ma'am.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Good evening, everyone.
If your
I'm
net
very
is unstable, you can off your video.
Okay.
Yes, please continue.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, I thank Archana ma'am for inviting me to give the vote of thanks. And my bottom of heart for giving such a wonderful session for us. So I would like to thank Mr. Francis sir for giving us a valuable information that would be helpful for our future life to become as a good teacher. I'm very thankful to you, sir, for your time giving. I would thank all our NCDC team members, and also our program coordinator, and also the whole NCDC team who joined us for in this evening during this weekend for and sparing time with us. I would like to thank everyone who joined this session. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Now, Madam, can I take 1 more minute?
Sure, sir, please. Take your
And
time,
what I
sir.
would like to add, it's a very, I think it's worth sharing with you. When you were giving your feedback, you said something about a seed, and that got reminded me of this.
Okay.
What teaching, the major portion, or maybe 75% of teaching is preparing the minds of the students. Only 25% is teaching what you would like to teach them. 75% of teaching is in preparing the minds to receive what you're going to teach them, and only 25% is teaching what you would like to teach them. And there is a beautiful saying which goes like this: even a seed in a prepared soil, you don't have to plant the seed, you just throw it, it will get sprouted.
Yes, yes.
Right? But
Yes.
in an unprepared soil, even if you plant it, it will never sprout. So majority of your time should be spent on preparing the soil, preparing the minds to receive what you're going to tell them. And once the soil is ready, once the mind is receptive, it is ready to receive, then you just throw the seed. It will get sprouted one day.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So thank you so much once again. It's 9:20. I need to go. My son is waiting for me there. So
Yes, sir.
bye-bye. See you in the maybe.
Bye,
10
sir.
minutes this
Thank you
evening.
so
Thank you.
much,
Thank
sir.
you. Lovely to meet you.
Thank
Thank you.
Bye. Bye-bye, sir.
Okay, so thank you everyone for joining. Yeah, and I would like to wish you all a great evening ahead.